Hello everyone and welcome to the 50,000 sub Q&A. I know I already did a celebration for this milestone on the Draw My Life video, but I wanted to do a couple things and so I'll be doing this one and then the Evil Within streams. So yeah, I've been doing these Q&As for a long time. I've done one at 500 subs, one at 5k, and now I'm doing one at 50k to kind of keep up with that tradition. However, that does mean I'm not going to be able to do another one until 500,000 subscribers. Who knows if I will ever hit that, but I want to keep up this tradition anyway. Maybe this is the last Q&A I ever do, but honestly, after hitting this incredible number, I might not reach 500,000, because to have even reached 50,000 subs is an absolute dream come true. So anyway, I got a few sections today. I got some long questions and quickfire questions like last time, but some of you have got a bit weird, so I have added another section called You Little Freaks, which have got some of the weirder questions I received. If your question didn't get featured, I am sorry. I wanted to keep this video somewhat short, but also detailed, and I just received so many questions I couldn't possibly fit them all in. But also I saw a lot of questions that I've already answered. All these questions on screen right now were answered in the 5k Q&A, so if you see a question you've asked here, you can go to the 5k Q&A to find out the answer to that exact question. So the first question from Gail is, did you expect to reach 50,000 subs? And I said this in the Draw My Life video that I didn't, and it's true, I genuinely didn't. I know how every YouTuber or whatever tries to say that and say, oh, I didn't expect this, and you know, you secretly might be thinking, oh, you know, they did really. I genuinely didn't. I've honestly been doing YouTube a very long time, and I honestly never expected it to go anywhere. I expected it to stay in irrelevancy, stay in, you know, 1,000 subs, and like the 1,000 subs was the goal back in the day. To have blown up on TikTok and be as lucky as I have been, and that's genuinely what it's been, is luck, is absolutely incredible. A lot of people even went back to the first video on my channel after I mentioned it in the Draw My Life and saw that I didn't expect even then to get to a big number on YouTube. Even when I started, I never ever expected to hit this number. Hey guys, Dr. Blue here. I'm really excited because this is my first ever video for YouTube. I've heard of similar games and I've seen other YouTubers play scary games and really do well. Not that I want to become famous or anything, because I'm not bothered about that. I just want to be able to entertain not only myself with these games, but entertain you guys as well. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. And so at least you can tell I'm being genuine, because even God knows how many years ago in 2015, you can see that I still never expected to hit any kind of number with this. So yeah, honestly, I really never expected to hit it, but I'm so grateful to be here. Azalea asks, what's your favourite part of 2023? My favourite part definitely has to be going to see Kyle, because that was my first trip abroad like in years, let alone by myself, and Kyle is honestly such a fantastic fucking dude. Honestly, I've got so much fucking love for Kyle. He's genuinely such a nice dude and he deserves the world. And then going to see him in Australia, a completely foreign land across the globe from me, was just absolutely incredible, and it really gave me my own sense of independence and made me think that if I can travel across the world on my own, any problems I really have just don't seem to be that big anymore. You know, I kind of stopped caring as much about like little things, because I realized that I can go across the world on my own, be completely fine, and get there, traveling for over 2 days with no one else, just myself to rely on, and I can do it. So I figured that if I'm able to be that independent and that okay by myself, then I'll be okay no matter what. And Australia itself was awesome. All the things we did, meeting Kathy, meeting Phoebe, it was absolutely ace. Honestly, I really loved Australia, and I've actually loved it so much I'm going again this year. Kyle's coming over here sometime, I'm then going back over there. It's gonna be ace. Honestly, I loved Australia the first time around. I really can't wait to do it again. KitKat asks, what was, in your opinion, the best video you made this year? Honestly, the best video I made was also the one I think I worked the hardest on, which was my GTA one, the most I've ever laughed, and that was a video that was like 30 minutes long. I spent 4 weeks on it. I spent so long doing it and trying on it, and I genuinely have such a variety of content in there, and it's so lively, all of it, I feel, and I worked super hard on it, and I'm actually really glad, because that video also got really well received. Normally in my videos I'll have like a TikTok or two blow up on them and that will go viral and that will bring a lot of views to the video. But on that GTA video, some of them went okay, but none of them went mega viral like my Minecraft one this year for the Ubisoft tickets. But that video still has like 30 or 40,000 views. Honestly, it's done so well and I'm really glad because it's a video that is one of my favorites and the one I worked the hardest on. So it felt really good to have my hard work kind of like pay off in that regard. So I think that's definitely my best video I made this year. I want to try and make more longer videos like that as well going forward. My only challenge is getting them out on a 2-weekly basis because that video took me 4 weeks, and as much as I try, I really can't put together a 30-minute video in 2 weeks. But I'm going to try and speed it up. Maybe I can get like a kind of 20-minute thing going or a 15-minute thing going. But either way, I want to start making longer form content because it's just better. Because I remember I wanted to do the longer GTA video because I watched one of my own videos that was about 10 minutes long, and I watched it and I realized, is that it? I was kind of like taken aback by how short it actually felt, and I was like, people have to wait every 2 weeks for this. So I was like, I might make a longer one to see how it is, and then I made the 30-minute GTA one, and I'm so happy with that video. So yeah, definitely that one. And I plan to make more just like it. Jack asked, what's one tactic you personally use to edit that either makes it more enjoyable or makes you finish faster? So something I do, I know I've mentioned this to you before, Jack, is I put music on in the background. I put like, you know, game soundtracks on, or even just like old like hour versions of remixes of songs on. At the moment I've got Mr. Kitty After Dark mixed with Sweater Weather on in the background, and I've got just that listening to it, and I've got like an hour-long version of that. But also I find if you're struggling to make videos, something that works for me is deadlines. If I set a deadline for myself, a strict deadline of every 2 weeks, I find that even if I don't want to do it, I find that I still end up doing it because deadlines just motivate me for some reason. If I've got a deadline for something and I know I have to get it done, I make sure I work hard and I get it done. It just motivates me for some reason. If you make sure you take the right vitamins and make sure your diet is good, you find that you do actually have a lot of energy. Not that I'm doing that at the moment, but I'm trying to. But just eating healthy, exercising, showering, looking after yourself, making sure you prioritize that, and gym as well will give you the energy you need to edit. If you're like me and you used to kind of sit at home all day doing nothing, not even leaving the house, it will kind of take an effect on your health and an effect on your energy, and eventually you won't even get done what you wanted to get done. So yeah, I really recommend 1, looking after yourself, 2, having music on in the background, and 3, setting deadlines for yourself. But if you miss that deadline, try not to be too harsh on yourself. Just try and think, okay, I'm going to make the time up. Something Pooties asks is, do you plan on doing content creation full time? And this is something I've answered in the previous Q&A, but I feel like this has changed now because I got asked this previously if I would do this at 10k. Do I plan to do content creation full time? I think eventually, yes. I don't think I'll be able to do it right now. I've absolutely not got the money or the time, and if I ditched my life to do content creation full time, I would have money, I'd be able to pay rent, but that would be about it. I'd still need money to live, money to save up with, just really, you know, it needs to be a lot more successful than it is now, I think. But also, as YouTube is growing, it is starting to demand more of my time. So I have considered going full time, but I'm just really financially not in a place to do it. I've actually just bought a house, so I need to be doing mortgage payments on that. So at the moment, that's my job money, and then YouTube money is just kind of saving up money. So yeah, financially, I think I could survive, but it would be a really dumb move, I think, to move to full-time content creation at this moment. But yes, eventually I do plan to do it, just because it is starting to demand more of my time that way anyway. Ian asked, what is one message you would give to someone who is thinking of starting a YouTube channel? And I say this in streams all the time. I think a lot of people who watch the streams will know this one, but absolutely do it for the right reasons. When I started doing YouTube, I was not looking to get famous with it. I was just looking to record my memories of video games in video forms and put them on YouTube. I did that because I played all these games and it felt like kind of a waste of time if I couldn't look back on them and remember them. And so I started putting them on YouTube because people could see them with me and experience them with me. Video games were the most important thing in my life at the time, so I was doing YouTube like as a hobby and for fun. And so if you're going to try and do YouTube for money, don't, because 1, the money is not as good as you think it is, I promise you. Unless you get to like a really big number, it is not as good as you think it is. And 2, YouTube also takes a very long time to do successfully. Sometimes you can get lucky and maybe go viral in a year and get a lot of subs, but even then, YouTube is such a huge time sink. You find you have to put so much time into it, and it takes a long time to turn around for a lot of people. I was doing YouTube for about 5 years before before I started to see any kind of success, and I've just so happened to, in the last 4 years, get really lucky and started making money off it. And again, it's still not that much. So do it because you love it. That is my one message. Do it because you love it. If you do it for any other reason, you will get frustrated and you will most likely give up because you aren't getting money from it and you expect to be. Kogum asks, explain why your favorite series is Mass Effect. I love talking about Mass Effect, as everyone knows. I wanted to explain why my series is Mass Effect because a lot of it is kind of why I love Baldur's Gate now as well. You have just such a rich story atmosphere with so many detailed and thought out characters and so much choices and consequences as well, because you'll find in a lot of games they give you choice but they don't kind of give you consequences to those choices, so they don't matter. But Mass Effect is not one of those games. It remembers most, if not all, of your choices, and as does Baldur's Gate. So Mass Effect is genuinely my favorite series because I grew up with it as well. And I also wanted to answer this question because I wanted to kind of talk about the fact how I actually got the signature from the woman who voices FemShep, which is the female version of Commander Shepard if you play as a woman, and that was Jennifer Hale. I have her signature. I met her at a Comic-Con. It was freaking awesome. Honestly, I've got her signature in a frame. I got a photo with that. I was over the moon. I can't lie. I was over the moon. So I absolutely love Mass Effect. I really hope to meet Mark Meir one day because he is the male voice of Commander Shepard, which is who I grew up playing as, and I look forward to that day so much. Hello asks, do you consider yourself a YouTuber or a streamer? So whether you make videos or whether you make streams. I think if we go by how much content I've made, I think I definitely make more streaming content because I do streams for hours at a time and I do them at least once a week. So that's 52 streams a year at least, even if I don't do any extra. But I do a lot extra as well. And I make maybe, 15 videos a year-ish. One year I made like 20 or something like that. But even then, it's less streams than I do a year. But even then, I still kind of consider myself a YouTuber. I prefer to make videos over streams because streams feel quite unprofessional for me. They feel like just a kind of jumbled mess, and videos feel like so much more coherent for me. So I really do like to make videos more than I do streams. It's just streaming is easier. But even then, I use the term YouTuber loosely. I know a lot of people do consider me a YouTuber now, so to speak. But again, I'm just a guy with a number on a screen. So yeah. Gail said, would your younger self be proud of you right now? And I wanted to answer this one because it's a bit of a mixed question, really, or a mixed response from me, actually. I think younger me would be so over the moon knowing that he actually gained an audience on YouTube, because as I said, I never really expected to. To be able to create videos on games and have people watch me is insane. I remember making Mass Effect videos or Dragon Age videos on my channel that got maybe 5 views a video, and I thought it would be like that forever. To actually have an audience now is insane. So I think he would be so proud in that aspect. However, my health a little bit has deteriorated. I definitely could have looked after myself a little bit better. I definitely need to fix my weight issues, but I don't think younger me would be happy with that because I did used to be skinny, but he would be so happy with YouTube. I think he'd be happy with the way YouTube is going, but he wouldn't be happy with the sacrifices I've made for it. Mimi asked, do you have any conventions or events planned this year? I don't know about the rest of the year, but we definitely have Insomnia in March. Myself and Isaac are going on the 30th to the 31st of March. If you do want to go and meet us there, we'll be there. I'll provide a link to buying tickets for it if you want to, and I'll also actually put my code on screen. They actually gave me a code to give you guys 15% off of tickets if you're buying them and if you're thinking of going. I don't get any commission off this ticket. I think they just use it to maybe track how well you bring attention to the event. I don't know, but if you want to use the code and get 15% off, it's there anyway, and you can see myself and Isaac there. And Suave said, how was your 2023? My 2023 was really crap for most of it. I spent a lot of it depressed, but at the end of the year I got promoted, I went into therapy, and I'm feeling a lot better now. I'm genuinely getting my mental health in order. Life is good again, and it is genuinely incredible the power that therapy has, just speaking to people and bringing up memories to get rid of trauma. It is insane how much of a difference it makes. So honestly, my 2023 was crap, but towards the end of the year, it was incredible. That was all the long questions I had. Now I've got a bunch of quick fire questions I want to answer really quickly. Ghastly asked, if you was to create a game, what type of game would it be? It would definitely be an RPG for me, like Baldur's Gate or Mass Effect. Edge said, who is the most annoying out of the Winkies group? Whatism. No, I'm joking. It's probably me. Dan said, do you prefer Call of Duty World War II or Black Ops 4? Neither. I've not really played either of them. Black Ops 2 on top for real. Jack says, how many subs do you reckon you'll end 2024 with? If I keep pace, I'll end with about 66,000, but I kind of want to push for 75 this year. Sequel Panda said, what's your favourite game currently versus what your favourite game used to be? My favourite game at the moment, I think, is Baldur's Gate 3, and obviously my favourite game of all time is Mass Effect. So I don't really think that Mass Effect has expired as my favourite game, but Baldur's Gate has definitely joined it up there. But they're both RPGs, so at least I'm consistent. Dorian asked whether other handles or names you considered before settling on Dr. Blue. Honestly, I based them all on my gamer tags at the time, so I didn't really consider another name. I knew Dr. Blue would be the one, but I guess my older gamer tag would have been the other one, which was Nightforge. Marvin said, who's the better duo, Marvin and Bernard or Suave and Haley? Honestly, I suspected for the longest time that Marvin and Bernard were the same person. To know that you are two different people is ridiculous. And you're both as chaotic as each other. You both have the same energy, so it's definitely the better duo. Jack said, what inspired the eyeball as the logo? I don't know, I just kind of liked the whole topic of being all-seeing. Hamea's Mora from Skyrim definitely inspired it as well, and it's also based on my Battle Block character too, and I talk about more of that in the 5k Q&A. Tyler said, who's your favourite music artist of all time? I know a lot of people expect me to probably say Taylor Swift, and I would have said Oscar Scheller, but I don't really listen to his stuff that much anymore, so I guess it kind of has to be Taylor Swift. I don't know, I listen to a lot of funk maybe at the moment, so that's a lot of different artists all the time. Maybe Sad Friend? I don't know. Dan said, what's your least favourite Assassin's Creed and why is it Odyssey? Joke's on you on this one, I actually really like Odyssey because if you get to the endgame stuff, you start to fight Minotaurs and Cyclopses, and you also go through the 3 realms of Hades, Persephone and Poseidon, and those ones are fucking ace. You can get armour that makes you have like Isu lines on yourself. It's fucking sick. Odyssey is amazing. My least favourite Assassin's Creed is probably Assassin's Creed Liberation. That one was fucking horrible. You can't even buy that one anymore. They stopped selling it because it was that bad. And now I've got a little section for you little freaks. Some people asked me some really fucking weird questions, and I didn't want to just ignore them because I felt that wouldn't be very in the spirit of things, so I'm going to answer some of these here. Marvin said, how big is your one-eyed pants snake, in brackets, in kilometers? All of them. Marvin also said, what is your full home address and postcode? It is 69 Lettsby Avenue. Sarah said, do you like feet? No. Danny said, can we have feet pics? No. Sarah said, can we see in between the toes? No. Danny said, have you ever been put on a leash? If not, can I be the first one to do so? No. What the f***? No. Danny also said, shoe size reveal. This one is still a bit freaky, but at least somewhat normal. I'm a size 10. Danny also said, your best friend got bit by a poisonous snake on his ding-dong and has 10 minutes to live. Would you, A, suck out the venom of his ding-dong, giving him the most vile, wet, sloppy, grim, loud, neighborhood shaking, earth shattering, volcano erupting, universe expanding, leg shaking, lip biting, horn swaggling, flabbergasting, intense, extreme, sheet gripping, bed breaking, house shaking, bark inducing, soul snatching, teeth jittering, air gasping, eye watering, groundbreaking, brain cell evaporating, jaw dropping, knuckle cracking, third world war creating, humankind obliterating, back arching, nosebleed inducing, glass shattering, inhumane, soul snatching, life altering, brutal, ghastly, satanic, heaven descending, illegal, noggin ever to imagine. B, let him die. C, let the snake bite you too and you both die romantically together, no homo because you're both wearing socks. Or D, get abducted by aliens. Do I have to answer this one? D, get abducted by aliens because they might probe me. Jay asked, do your parents know you're gay yet? Are you still in the closet? You cheeky fucker, Jay. I'm not gay, for fuck's sake. And Elamir says, do you have brain rot after reading all these questions? Most definitely I do. So that was all the questions I had. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate all your support in getting me to this absolutely insane, incredible number. A lot of people said I can hit 100k by the year and they really want me to. Don't think I'll end up doing that. I think it will be a struggle to even get to 75, which is the goal I have in mind. But seriously, thank you all for even getting me this far. It is genuinely insane to have this much of an audience watching my videos as it is. So yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you when I see you, my doggies. Bye. Hello everyone, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell icon so you never miss a new upload. I also wanted to say a big thank you to my YouTube members who are on screen right now. If you wanted to become a YouTube member, you can click this little join button on my channel homepage, but it's also on every video I make too. You get access to a bunch of awesome perks spread across 3 different levels, so you can choose which level is right for you. But please remember that it is optional. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Thank you everyone for continuing to support the channel the way you do.